Hello learners, in this video we will be discussing about a problem in sickle cell anemia and we will see a pedigree chart on it, how to draw it. The problem is, if a couple carrier of sickle cell anemia trait marries, what is the probability to have normal and carrier individual in the next generation? Now here it is being given that both the male and female, they are the carriers, right? So that means the genotype of male is sure it will be HbA, HbS. If you have not seen my video on the sickle cell anemia where I have talked about how to take genotypes of the affected individual, of the carrier and the normal, please do watch it because it contains a detailed information. Now the genotype of the female will also be HbA, HbS. Now we will make a Punnett square for the easy conclusions. We will be writing male gametes here and we will be writing female gametes here. As a rule, we have to write always male gametes on the x-axis and female gametes on the y-axis. If you are going to fill it, it will give you HbA, HbA. It will give you HbA, HbS. Always write the dominant allele first as a rule of writing the genetic cross, and here it would be HbS, HbS. So here this individual is going to be normal because it contains both the normal alleles. This individual will be a carrier because it carries a recessive allele. Same here, one recessive allele is there, that means this individual will also be a carrier and this individual will be affected by sickle cell anemia, and over a period of time this offspring will die because it is homozygous for the trait, and homozygous individuals, they have less oxygen carrying capacity in them. So every individual is having the probability of 1 by 4 because we have got 4 individuals in total, out of which normal 1 by 4 means 1 out of 4 individual is normal. Carrier here means 1 out of 4 is carrier. Carrier again here means the same thing, and affected individual is 1 out of 4. So in the question they have asked us the probability of normal offspring. So the probability of normal offspring in fraction, it is 1 by 4. However, if you want to calculate in percent, you need to multiply it by 100 and it will give you the probability of 25%. If you want to calculate the probability of carriers, it is 1 plus 4 plus 1 plus 4, that will give you 2 by 4. If you will simplify, it will become 1 by 2. Again, this is the fraction. If you want to convert into the percentage, it will give you the answer in 50%. So answer to the problem is, the probability of getting the normal offspring is 25% and the probability to get the carrier is 50%. Now we will make a p-degree chart of the given case. We have seen here that parents are the carriers, one child was normal, 2 children were carrier, 1 child was affected, as we have concluded the result. Now here important thing to notice is we don't know the sex of the child, right? So we will be using a diamond shape for it. Whenever the sex is not defined, we cannot use circle or a square. In that case we have to use diamond. And remember, when any individual is a carrier, then if the female is carrier we have to use this sign, and if the male is carrier then we need to use a square with a small dot inside. So if 2 carriers are marrying together, we will be drawing a female with a dark circle, little circle in between. So these are the parents, right? And they are the generation 1. This is Roman number 1, 1, and this is Roman number 1, 2. Now these are married together and they have produced 4 children. Of course, as the sex is not specified, that's why we are using a diamond shape for them. Now this individual is, first one is normal, we are not using anything for it, but the next 2 children, they are the carriers. That is why we will be making a dot inside, and the last individual is the affected one. That is why we have colored them. So this signifies our generation number 2, and this is the first individual of generation 2. This is the second, this is the third, and this is the fourth. So we can also write this as second 4 is affected. We can also write second 2 and second 3, they are the carriers, and second 1 is the normal child, right? So this way you should know how to draw a P-degree chart. Let's take one more problem. Here it says if an affected female with sickle cell anemia marries a normal male, what is the probability to have affected child? Now here the female genotype is affected, right? So it will be written as HBS, HBS. Whereas the male is normal, so we can write the genotype of him as HBA, HBA. Now they both have married together, right? So we have to find out the probability of the affected child. So if you will make the gametes, right, we are just taking 1 because it will lead to the similar type of offsprings. Out of this you can take 1, or if you want to take both, you can plot like this as well, but the results will be same. So to avoid redundancy or the repetition of the results, we generally, in the case of homozygous alleles, we take only just 1 allele because the results will be similar. In this case, all the individuals that will be born as in F1 generation, they all will be the carriers, right? So 100% offsprings, in such case they will be carriers. So what is the probability to have affected children? So probability for affected children is 0, right? Because we have not received any individual with HBS, HBS genotype, and that is only of the affected child. Hope these problems will help you. Just go for the practice. In next video, we will study if a certain P-degree chart is given to us, how to estimate whether it is autosomal recessive or it is X-linked. So stay tuned and thank you.